I told you that somewhere in Rome, behind locked doors that most humans will never see, sits proof that everything you know about Christianity might be a lie? What if documents exist that could shake the foundations of faith itself, but they're buried so deep that only a handful of people on Earth have ever glimpsed them? Today, we're going inside the most secretive place on our planet. Over 400 years, the Catholic Church has guarded something they call the Vatican Secret Archives. Though recently, they changed the name to the Vatican Apostolic Archives, hoping we'd stop asking uncomfortable questions. 53 miles of shelving. That's longer than the distance between New York and Philadelphia. 80,000 volumes of documents, some so old they crumble at the touch, and others so dangerous that mentioning their contents could destroy lives, topple governments, or shatter the faith of 1 billion believers. The story starts in 1612, when Pope Paul V made a choice that would haunt the Church for centuries. He created a separate archive, away from the public Vatican Library. Let's talk about what researchers have actually found, because the confirmed discoveries are almost as shocking as the theories.
You have to wonder if the secret library at the Vatican, which they acknowledge exists.
In 1980, researcher Carlo Ginzburg uncovered Inquisition records that revealed the Church's systematic torture and execution of thousands of people accused of witchcraft. The documents showed detailed torture methods, confession techniques designed to break human minds, and evidence that many victims were targeted for their knowledge of medicine, astronomy, or simply for being different. The archives contain the complete trial records of Galileo Galilei from 1633. For over 3 centuries, the Church claimed they treated the famous scientist fairly. But when researchers finally accessed these papers in 1992, they found something disturbing. Galileo was threatened with torture, and the Church had lied about their treatment of him for 400 years. In 2005, historian Hubert Wolff discovered documents proving that Pope Pius XII knew about Nazi death camps as early as 1942. The papers showed that the Vatican received detailed reports about mass executions, gas chambers, and the systematic murder of Jews. Yet, the Pope remained silent. The lost years of Jesus Christ. The Bible tells us almost nothing about Jesus between the ages of 12 and 30, 18 years of complete silence. Some researchers believe the Vatican archives contain documents describing where Jesus went during this time, suggesting he traveled to India, studied Buddhism, or learned mystical practices that the early Church decided were too dangerous to include in the Bible. Dr. Nicholas Notovich claimed in 1894 that he found evidence in Tibet of Jesus visiting Buddhist monasteries. The Church dismissed his claims, the missing Gospels. Early Christianity had dozens of different texts describing Jesus' teachings, and the Church selected only 4 for the Bible. The Gospel of Thomas, discovered in Egypt in 1945, contains sayings of Jesus that sound nothing like traditional Christianity. It suggests that the kingdom of God is already within us, and that we don't need priests or churches to find salvation. Some historians believe crucial Templar documents ended up in the Vatican archives, including maps to hidden treasures, but more importantly, records of what the Templars discovered during their time guarding Jerusalem. ancient knowledge they might have found beneath Solomon's temple, or secrets about the true origins of Christianity, or even evidence that challenges the historical existence of Jesus Christ himself. Some researchers believe the Church has been documenting unusual phenomena for centuries, including UFO sightings reported by priests, strange encounters recorded by missionaries, or even direct contact with non-human intelligence. If aliens have been visiting Earth, the Catholic Church's global network of priests and monasteries would be perfectly positioned to document these encounters. In 2019, Pope Francis officially opened some archives related to Pope Pius XII's wartime papacy. Researchers expected transparency, but instead found more mysteries. Crucial documents were missing, while others had pages removed, and some files contained notes suggesting that even more sensitive materials had been transferred to different locations entirely. Recently leaked financial documents suggest the Vatican has been hiding billions of dollars in secret accounts. If they're willing to lie about money, how can we trust anything they tell us about their historical archives? The most disturbing possibility is that the Vatican archives don't just contain historical secrets. They might hold ongoing cover-ups, political manipulations that continue today. Real purpose of the Vatican archives isn't to preserve history, but to control it. Maybe someday the truth will come to light, but until then, the deepest secrets of the Vatican remain locked away, hidden from the eyes of the world. The question is, what are they so afraid we'll discover? If this made you question everything, don't forget to follow, because what comes next is even darker.